first half, it wasn't particularly.
No, it wasn't, and probably today we had to, in simple terms, we had to pick a formation today, basically the players we had left. And I think we had maybe 6 defenders or 7 defenders on the pitch today. We had a back three, with 2 wing backs, both defenders and Stevie O'Donnell. So yeah, we had 6 defenders on the pitch today, and probably for a game like this, you would ideally want a little bit more attacking there on the pitch. But it was agricultural at times, but on the same stretch, we've used all our experience and everything else to get the job done and over the line.
I suppose pleasing to see someone like Emma come off the bench and grab a couple of goals.
It is, absolutely, and on days like today, as I said, I thought when we had the 3 at the back, we sort of huffed and puffed and we couldn't quite work it out. We spoke about it at half time. I felt in the first 5 or 10 of the second half we still weren't really working it out, so we just reverted the type again, and not ideal for Gareth. He's been very good of late, but again we just had to make that substitute to try and go back to as close to a 4-4-2 as possible. And I think when we did that and got fullbacks wide and wide men wide, all of a sudden the pitch became a bit bigger and it opened up for us. So delighted with that, and as you say, delighted with them. Those 2 finishes are 2 very good goals.
And getting the 3 goals will give you a chance to give a couple of young boys a run out as well.
That's it. Ideally you would like that maybe to come a bit quicker and a bit earlier, but in the same stretch, it's good for those kids to get that wee bit of extra time in the
Been busy 24-48 hours for you with the transfer window. I'm sure it's been a good on the end up.
It has, and probably the Stuart Nixon one we were chasing all week, and you sort of had primed it in to try and get it done for about 7 o'clock on Friday night, and that's the way it was working out. And then all of a sudden, when you get a phone call maybe 4:30 or 5 o'clock on the Friday that there's a possibility from Glentoran that they would maybe do the Curtis one. Now we had a letter in to speak to Curtis. The plan was to speak to him in the next couple of months, possibly with something for next season. I don't know if it was to do with the road on or whatever else, but all of a sudden then that became an option and a chance. So we've jumped at it to try and get it over the line.
And boosting your forward options, obviously that's going to play a big role in the next few months. Coming into the closing spurt of the season.
Yeah, I think it's important, and it's been, and the key thing for Curtis is, and I've spoke to him clearly about it as well. He's been out for 4 or 5 months. He's been back in training for maybe a month. He's 12 minutes of football behind him. He's no reserve games behind him. So for me, it's the long game with him. If you know what I mean, it's a 2.5-year deal. Ideally, the next round of the cup is in 4 weeks' time. Ideally, what we want is week by week that he doesn't pick up any extra pains or injuries, but to try and get as much safety into him to get him up to speed. But realistically, if we can still be in the mix come March and April time, you're hoping that somebody like Curtis could be invaluable.
Just on that, the fact that you're delighted to sign it for the first time around, so I suppose you'd be starting that project.
Absolutely, and as you say, he had a great record here the first time round, and I think that was partly in Curtis's mind. He was thinking, I might just leave it to the summer because he knows how well he's thought of and loved here. But I think that's why we have to make it ultra clear here that he's absolutely aware of what he's stepping into and where he's at from a football and conditioning point of view. I'm absolutely aware of that stepping into it as well, and that's why it's so important that we manage him correctly in the next 4 to 6 weeks. He's basically starting pre-season, if you like, and what we're trying to do is suppose use the Saturday games to get him minutes and to get him up to speed. But as I say, I think the longer the season goes on and the more minutes he gets, the more fruitful it will be.
And looking ahead to next week, big game in Oval. I'm sure it's one that you're relishing.
Yeah, it's brilliant, and we mentioned it nearly pre-game now. I think we've 11 games left and 11 cup finals, and they're the games you want to be involved in, and the real big buzz about it. So Glens are sitting top at this point in time, and it's up to us to go there next week and get something from the game.
Any light at the end of the injury tunnel, obviously with Skinner?
We're moving rightly, yeah. Skinner's coming on well. Ben Doherty's made and Josh has made great progress. So we'll be hopeful for a few of those guys for next week. But again, we'll just monitor that as the week goes on.
I know Curtis ruled out, but Sturdy next time.
Sturdy's available, yeah. He'll not be available for any of the cups. Curtis isn't available to play against Glentoran, but he's available for League Cup and Irish Cup because he hasn't played in those competitions.
No problem, that's great.